What's going on, everyone? We're sitting here at our Las Lomas property. I am gonna put this on the MLS on the market today. We are gonna be priced right between $230,000 and $240,000, and that's for a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath house that's just under 1,100 square feet here in Sarasota, Florida. And we're more in the southern part of Sarasota. We're right in between Bee Ridge Road and Clark Road on a street called Las Lomas. And what's really nice is you're actually 1 block over from US 41, so you're in a great central location to everything. But something that was interesting when we just pulled up what's active on the market, what's been sold, and try to come up with our price point, is we found out that there is not a lot of competition right now. Meaning a lot of the properties that we're seeing are priced in the upper 200s, low 300s for 3-bedroom properties with and without pools. So I think it's a lot better to be a little more aggressive with your pricing, get it priced where it should be, not what you always want to get. That way you're gonna just sell your property quicker, you're gonna get it under contract quicker, because you never know when a contract's gonna fall out. So like we've talked about before, every single day matters when you're talking about days that you own a property and the holding costs and how quickly you wanna get it off the books. So we do wanna get this property sold. We're gonna price it to where we know, or we think, that in a week's period, we will probably have this property under contract. And we're sitting here on a Thursday. And Thursdays are days that we love to throw our properties up on the market. We don't wait. If our property is ready to get listed on a Monday, we are not gonna wait till Thursday to get it listed. But if we're maybe one day off, or there's a couple things we can move around to make that happen, maybe finish up another project or send our guys somewhere else for a day just to wait, we love Thursdays for listing properties. So that's gonna be one of my main tips I give you on this week's video. List your properties on a Thursday, and you're saying why? Why does that matter? Why does the day matter? Especially in a market where there's just low inventory, high demand. Is it really that important? Not necessarily, but think about this. The people that work those 8 to 5, 9 to 5 jobs are typically gonna be looking for a house in the evenings and on the weekends. So what that means is when they use their realtor, when they reach out to their realtor, or their realtor knows the weekend's approaching, they're gonna go and start looking for properties for their client. Is that always the best way to do it? Not necessarily on the agent's part. They should always be looking, but typically they're setting up a weekend of showings for their buyers that can't do showings outside of the normal daytime hours. So an agent is usually gonna start looking on a Thursday, and what they do is they will look to set up their entire weekend. So if we can get our properties up on a Thursday where it's gonna show a new listing for the next 24 hours, we want our property to show up most often from Thursday evening up through Friday evenings, when that seems to be the high opportunity to find the agent and the buyers out there that are looking for properties to go look at over the weekend. And your weekends are always gonna be the most active in terms of buyers and showings. So get those properties up on a Thursday, you won't regret it. But we have a Thursday that we're listing this property up. I'm telling you, it's Thursday right now. And on the video to follow this one, let's see if we don't already have a contract in place. I am here to share my experiences with you guys. I'm not here to fluff anything. I'm not here to hide any of the information. I am here to give it to you guys straight. So it is Thursday, October 8th. I've got my listing already saved in complete. It just needs some of these pictures. So we're gonna get back to the office, get them edited, get it loaded, and get this puppy up. Get this listing up before dinner time. If you don't have time to watch a full walkthrough video and you wanna just keep watching this vlog, check it out. For the next minute, we'll take you on a quick little tour of this property and how it turned out. It was a quick turnaround of a couple weeks to get this thing ready, so let me show you guys. And I'm sure you guys have seen it in some our other properties, but we do like to stage everything. As you can see, we're actually missing our fridge there. It did show up yesterday with a scratch and a dent. Doing that speckled paint right there in your garages really does wonders for just revitalizing a garage. Makes every garage look a lot better. So here is one of our 3 bedrooms. We did keep the tile. Two panel doors. This is the vanity I was telling you guys about. I mean, I don't even know why our rehabber would choose to keep this kind of vanity in here. It kind of blows my mind. I'm also not crazy about lights like that. It just shows the cheap of the cheap. But these were items that didn't get touched on this rehab to keep the expenses low. All right, we're up here at our Bradenton Rehab, our newest project. Like always, our crews are rocking and rolling. Last time you guys saw this, I was running outside of the house after setting off some flea bombs, and you'll probably notice that the house was not gray at that time. I quickly let my guy see a color I would like to do for the exterior, and that was just based on what some of the neighbors have done. It was just a white metal paneling before. The paneling has been painted, but you can see there we got ourselves a white house. This one here is slightly yellow. Across the street is a color where I probably would have gone a little bit darker and done the blue at this house as well, as I love that color with the white on trim. But because of the blue over there, I decided not to do that. Then we got the green next door, and we actually do a lot of the inside of our house is pretty similar to that color. And we got a reddish house over there in the distance. So figured we go with the neutral white and gray. I think it always pops. Everyone loves that gray nowadays. The past couple years it's been super popular. But our roof is gonna be getting started here probably tomorrow. We are waiting on that permit to get issued. We will pull our crews off the house while the roof is getting done, as there'll just be debris and trash everywhere. I'm gonna actually take some of these blocks myself for one of my rental properties where we're putting a little retention or retaining wall up. So I'm gonna take some of those cinder blocks there. I wanna show you guys this electric panel here. This baby, wait till you guys see this. I know you guys always see fun stuff with my properties. So there is a panel cover on there right now. You wanna see what's underneath this panel? Just wanna make sure I'm not getting shocked as I touch it. Whoa, look at that, people. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anything like that. I mean, how about that? How's that for an electric panel? An outlet inside the panel box. So we are getting a proposal for a panel change out at this property. That's obvious, I think, as you saw what it looks like behind the actual panel cover. And he's recommending that we do some regrounding in the house. I'm not sure if that's throughout the entire house or just partial. The one nice thing right now is we have a lot of the underneath part of this house, as you can see. That's all exposed. A lot of the lattice, which is that cross-sectioned paneling that's plastic that you'll usually see on the bottoms of houses, has already been removed. It's still saved so it can get put back. We got it right back here. Well, you can see all the junk out here. We're trying to keep it towards the back of the house just to not draw too much attention over here. But again, we got the house painted. We're gonna be getting the AC done in this house in the next couple weeks, where it's gonna be a whole new air conditioning system because this house does have all the window units. And that's something that we need to get out of here if we want to get the highest dollar we can for this property. One other thing that my AC guy mentioned to me is that there's basically no insulation in the attic area here. But he says there is room for him to run supply ducts without doing anything weird to the exterior walls, meaning he doesn't have to go create boxes or anything to go conceal supply ducts and just make it work. He's going to be able to just use the existing setup, which is awesome. The other thing he mentioned is that the insulation should get put in there just to help out with the heat. This house is covered, has good coverage with trees. We're not going to have to do much trimming with those trees. We just got to make sure everything's cleared back about 8 feet, but it looks like they manicured these trees pretty well and kept everything in line. But there's still a lot of wood replacement that's got to get done out here. But we just want to make sure the house is perfect. We want to make sure we got central air, we got that new electric, we got an interior that's been rehabbed, and we got a new roof. That is what's going to help us in a house that's somewhat, I'm not going to say weird. The weirdest thing about this house is just the small bedrooms, but hopefully we got a couple extra living areas in this house that are going to offset those small bedrooms, and we're going to have a house that has everything essentially redone on it. I'm going to walk you guys in real quick. I don't want to spend too much time here as we got other things to do, but just so you can see kind of how our crews work, how things start moving and rocking and rolling. They've only been on this house a couple days, and you can see we've already made the outside look a little different and better, which doesn't normally happen right away. But I just wanted to bring you guys in real quick so you can see the rest of the house on the inside and what's already happening here. You can see all the floors, new plywood throughout the entire house, just to help make the floors that much more stable. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let our guys keep working, get out of their hair. I'm gonna finish getting some of my rehab pictures done, because anytime I stop at a property, I always take photographs. I keep them in one folder. I've always got the before photos from when we haven't purchased the property just yet up until that purchase day. We always have a way to go back and revert to these photos and be able to just see the steps along the way. And with this crew, I gotta make sure I'm here almost every other day because of how quickly this house is gonna transform. So, till next time. We're back at it. What's going on, my followers out there? Keeping up, watching me day to day, hitting these properties up, and now we are at another one. As is the situation often, we are at a property that was a rental property. And I say was because it's currently pending for sale. My partner's decided to sell this rental property of his. And just to talk about it for a second, you can see there's a property right back here, and we got a property right back here. The white one is, can I say that? The white one? The 3-bedroom, 2-bath right here is a frame structure. And then we got a 1-bedroom, 1-bath right over here behind me. And they're on the same lot. It is a nice lot. It's just under a ½ acre. We're here in, I'll call it central Sarasota, between the Bee Ridge and Clark area, if you're familiar with this area at all. But this is an example of appreciation and how being in real estate can be profitable, how it can create your future, your retirement, and overall is just a fun industry to be in. In 2012, this was a bank-owned property, most likely from 08, 09, something that finally hit the market. My partner picked this up for $86,000 with a partner. That's awesome. What do you think we're selling this property today for? I just told you we're in Sarasota. We're between the Bee Ridge Clark area, and it's a multifamily property. Multifamily properties right now are in demand. Demand, people. When I talk about high prices, retail prices, if you have a multifamily property right now and you're thinking of selling, you can get top dollar for that property. And this is just an example. I told you back in 2012, so 8 years ago, they picked this property up for $86,000. and we put this property up on the MLS for just under $300,000. Had just a handful of showings in the first day or two. They are a little bit slower on multifamilies, especially when you price them retail, but nonetheless there's buyers for them. Especially right now, you have a lot of people looking to park money in hard assets, people migrating or moving down here from the north, or at least moving investments from up north down south. So cashing in what they have up north and buying down here. I understand, and they understand, they're buying and selling in a high market, but it doesn't matter. They're putting their money somewhere where they feel it might be a little bit more stable, and that's all just my opinion. But we got a buyer. It was one of the very first showings. We got an offer. It is a financing offer, but nonetheless, the inspections are going on right now, so that's why I showed up. We're actually representing the buyer on both ends of this transaction, so we're keeping a lot of that commission and monies in-house. We do have one of these units occupied. The other is vacant, and since the bigger of the two units went vacant, my partner thought it would be a good time to, or an optimal time, to try and sell this property. And I shouldn't say try, because we're going through the process right now. Not that it's over until it's over. So I wanted to come over here, just be here to help let the inspector in. If the tenant wasn't going to be allowed to be here, I would have to be the one to give him access along with the inspections and appraisals. But the good thing is right now is there's not a whole lot of wasteful showings. And when I say wasteful, I mean there's not a lot of looky-loos or people that don't know exactly what it is they want. When you're talking about higher price multifamily properties like this, usually you have people that have their strict or their set criteria. They know what it is they want, and when they go out looking for something, they're probably ready to move pretty fast, as was the case with only about 3 showings on this property. But I just showed up. I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick since I'm here. I met the inspector, made sure he was able to access both properties. I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of information on this beautiful Wednesday. So let's get back to it. I hope you guys are sticking up with your marketing. I hope you guys are out there hustling, trying to find properties. I dropped a big stack of letters in the mail today out to some properties that I've been driving around, actually have found that are distressed in the area, and I wanted to just send out some marketing to them. So we'll see if we get any bites off that. We also had about 3,000 postcards that got sent out yesterday. So those are gonna start hitting mailboxes over the next day or two. So usually as soon as those hit for a good, usually the first couple days is when you get your the most responses back from your marketing like that. But it's gonna keep the phone ringing for the next week as we continue to buy, sell, rent, flip, and manage properties. And I hope you guys are doing the same. So, till the next one. Get out there, go find some deals, people. Stay healthy, stay safe, but most of all, stay in real estate.